outdoors has always been my sanctuary. It's where I come to escape the chaos of the world and find clarity in the simplicity of life. There's something about the sound of the wind in the trees, the smell of the fresh pines, that brings me back to myself. It's like a reset. It's the little things, the warmth of the sun on my skin, the taste of the coffee, that reminds me of what's truly important. In a world filled with noise and distraction, it's here in the quiet solitude of nature that I find peace. Howdy there guys, Nick Amp here. If you're from the other social platforms, I'm also known as the Nick Amp. I'm a filmmaker, photographer who makes films and shares tips and tricks to help you elevate your storytelling skills. That short film that I showed at the beginning of this video, I made it for a few reasons. The first one, I simply love creating films. I just love it. Anytime I get a chance to create something, I'm gonna take it. Number two, it was an excuse for me to get outdoors, watch a sunset, and have a cup of coffee in my hand. I mean, who doesn't want that? Cup of coffee, sunset, outdoors? Doesn't get much better than that. And the last reason, it goes with the purpose of this video. I wanted to properly show you how to use sound design within a film. In this video, I'll be going over 5 reasons why you should take sound design more seriously and how you can effectively implement good sound design within your films. All right, let's get right to it. Imagine a lone figure. He's walking in the forest. We're gonna add a subtle rustle of leaves, a distant chirping of birds. Now, we're not just watching some plain old video. We're truly there. We can really understand the tranquility that this lone figure is going through. He's walking in the forest in solitude. Now that is how you use sound design. You use sound design to properly weave emotions and storytelling within your films. It's not just about adding noise. Adding noise, anybody can do that. Anybody can play music really loud over a couple few clips. But I'm talking about incorporating specific sounds to elevate your storytelling. Now here's a practical tip to elevate your storytelling skills through sound design. And the simplest way to put it is, if you see footsteps on screen, add sounds of footsteps so it matches what you see on the screen. And it really helps the audience understand and be immersed into what's happening. Hear me out. Even if you don't see the footsteps on screen, say it's a close-up shot medium of the torso and up, but you know the audience is still walking, you can still add sounds of footsteps because you still want the audience to know that the person is walking even if you can't see their feet. All right, number 2, engage multiple sensories within your audience. Just seeing cool visuals is not enough, especially if you're trying to get a message across. You can't keep your audience engaged, and how is your message going to get across? Why are they going to watch your film all the way to the end? Maybe they might get bored within the first few seconds because you didn't add a subtle creak of water as you're walking on the trail by the river. You didn't add a subtle drone sound to make it feel scary, to make it feel longing, like something is coming, like something is rising. You want to create a multidimensional experience that pulls your audience into the film. You do not want them to be just observers. It's better to have them to be active participants in the film. And I'm gonna play you a video, we're gonna watch it twice. The first time we're gonna watch it without sound design, and the second time we're gonna watch it with sound design. You let me know in the comments down below which one you found more engaging. Another day, another chance to keep the promises I made to myself. Setting my intentions for the day, making sure I stay on track with my goals. Another day, another chance to keep the promises I made to myself. Setting my intentions for the day, making sure I stay on track with my goals. Yeah, it's early, but I know this run is crucial to my mental clarity and my physical health. No distractions, just me. All right, number 3, avoiding audio mistakes while out shooting. I'll be the first one to admit, I've made some mistakes. I messed up pretty badly where I forgot to plug in my microphone into the camera. So then I wasn't getting clear, crisp audio. I was getting all the background noise, the wind, everything I didn't want to hear. And the audio, it was not salvageable. And there was a time where I brought a microphone in, where I was filming a microphone. I forgot to bring a dead cat to put over the microphone to block all the wind, and the audio sounded bad. And when you capture in-camera audio, you at least want to make sure that you nail it. And here's a few practical tips that you can avoid making mistakes like me and going through the pain of doing a reshoot, whether it's for a passion project or for a client. If it's for a client, that's even worse because they're paying you to make a video for them. Here are a few practical tips. First one, always make sure your microphone is plugged into your camera. I don't care if you think it is, go walk over there, triple check, make sure it's plugged in, whether you're using an auxiliary plug or an XLR, just triple check. You're not gonna regret it. Number two, make sure if you know you're gonna be outside, that you bring a dead cat to put over the microphone to make sure that it blocks all the wind. Number three, bring a pair of headphones so that you can test the sound, make sure it sounds good. Is the audio peaking? Is there background noise that you're capturing? Is there something that I can do to adjust this audio to elevate the way it sounds? All right, the fourth point, balance is everything. It's there to enhance, to elevate the story. Think about it as the supporting actor to the main character within your films. You do not want your sound effects to overpower the main dialogue and the main music in the film. It's there to enhance, to elevate the story. Think about it as the supporting actor to the main character. You want it to be the unsung hero that elevates the story without stealing the spotlight. It should enhance, it should elevate, but it shouldn't be distracting. When it becomes distracting, that's when it starts to take away from the story at hand. So before you hit the record button, think about in your pre-production process, how do I want my video to go? How do I want my film to be? Do I want this film to be more eerie, so then I add more suspenseful drone videos? Or is this film gonna be more upbeat and happy, so then I add upbeat and happy sound effects? Think and plan how you want your film to be before you do it, so you know how to plan your sound design out before you even get to shooting. And then when post-production comes, you have a plan ready to go and you're ready to roll. All right, my last point, number 5, music selection. Music is the heartbeat, the soul to every single film. It dictates the tone, the personality, the story, the rhythm, the pacing of the film. It really dictates a majority of the film. So when you select a song, a score, something that is going to be in your film, it's important that you choose it wisely. So for the short film I showed you at the beginning of this video, I chose 3 songs, I narrowed it down. Okay, I want it to be slow, relaxing, and I want people to realize being in the outdoors is amazing. It's fun. And these 3 songs I chose, it helped me determine whether my clips were gonna be long and short. Clearly from the short film you saw that these clips were a little longer and they weren't fast cutting. And in my music selection process, I always pick a song before I go out and film. Why would I want to pick the song before I even film? If I want my video to be happy, then I'll pick a song that's happy. So then when I'm going out and producing these camera shots, I can create these camera shots to fit the song. It's easier to create the shots to fit the song than it is to create the song to fit the clips. Unless you have a music composer at hand that you can pay and create a score for your music, most of us don't have that accessibility. But if you have someone who can compose a score, go for it. So after I selected my song for the short film at the beginning, I played this song as I was driving up to location. I was listening to it, thinking about it, okay, I really wanted to get this stuck in my head, so when I was out there on location filming, I had a true idea of how I wanted the film to go and how the pacing of the song went, the clips, and how long I needed to hold each video clip. So maybe I might want to hold this clip a little longer just in case I want to have this to be an extended clip. So whether it's a haunting melody or an upbeat song, make sure you choose your song wisely. It's going to dictate the tone of your film. And I always recommend to choose before you start filming in the pre-production process. Pre-production, the more effort you put in that, it's going to make all the difference in your filming and in your post-production process. I use Epidemic Sound to choose all my music. It's a royalty-free music platform for video creators. I use it for my YouTube videos, my short films, and my client work. And here's the thing about Epidemic Sound. It has sound effects, royalty-free music. It has a bunch of music, an enormous selection. I've been using it for the last 6 or 8 years. I'm not sponsored by them, but I have been happy with using them for the last 6 to 8 years. So if you're looking to elevate your music selection without getting copyrighted, Epidemic Sound is a good way to go. So if you're looking to take your storytelling to new heights, elevate your films, keep your audience engaged, make more impactful videos, films, get your message across, I highly recommend you investing in improving your sound design game or just putting more effort into it. And again, I hope you found this video insightful, helpful. I want to thank you for tuning in. If you don't know, I have a podcast. It's Nick Amp Podcast. I'll link it down below. We interview creatives, entrepreneurs, giving insightful information on the industry, on business, on everything under the sun. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you found this video helpful, share it with a friend that you might think benefit from it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.